As of March 25th, 2020, the Center for Disease Control has reported over 50,000 Americans that have tested positive for the COVID-19. It is very realistic that this epidemic will become one of, if not the most important events during our lifetime. Proper social etiquette and proper hand cleaning is vital to reducing the number of infected cases. Right now, the best way to keep you and others safe is to practice social distancing, proper cough etiquette, and most importantly, how to properly wash your hands. Over the past week, I've noticed how few people know how to properly wash their hands. My uncle is a doctor, and when I was young, taught me how to properly wash my hands, the doctor's way. The main things I want to cover during this is how to properly wash your hands, other ways to stay safe during this virus, things to know as well. To start, using the 9-step method that I'm about to tell you is crucial in keeping your hands perfectly washed, because not only does it wash your hands, every part of your hands once, but twice. Step 1, wet your hands. Step 2, add enough soap to properly cover front and back. Step 3, rub your hands palm to palm, just like this. Step 4, put one hand behind the other and interlock your fingers. Repeat with the other hand. Just like in step 3, go palm to palm, but have your fingers interlocked and rub. Now, for step 6, very important. Roll both hands together so that your fingertips are cuffed and rub. This is very important because people don't realize how many bacteria stays on their fingernails and fingertips while even after washing their hands. Step 7, cup one hand over your thumb and twist. Repeat with the other hand. Step 8, put your fingers in the other hand and rub. So like this. Step 9 is to dry your hands using a one-use towel. The easiest to find and use is a paper towel. This is important because bacteria can stay on towels long after you use them. Most people don't realize how often they touch their face throughout the day. Germs can easily enter the body through the eyes, nose, and mouth. Here are a few facts about bacteria and germs that will hopefully convince you to properly wash your hands every time, not just during this virus. According to Tri-County Health Care, on December 18th, 2018, germs can survive up to 3 hours on your hands. The number of germs on your fingertips doubles after you use the bathroom. Your hands spread 1,000 times more bacteria and viruses when they are damp than when they are dry. Keeping your hands clean is easily the most important way to keep this virus from spreading, but it's not the only thing you can do to flatten this curve. So besides washing your hands, what else can we do to help stop the spread? Another great way to help keep people safe is to use a protective mask. Though most medical grade masks are sent to hospitals because of short supply, it is because of this Aaron Garcia and Tina Heinzman in an article for Science News for Students on April 23rd, 2020. They said, with medical grade masks in short supply, the CDC recommends to reserve those masks for healthcare workers. The public was advised to look for cloth masks or to buy or make themselves. Social distancing is also crucial with the rapid spread of a virus like COVID-19. You need to stay 3 to 6 feet away from people when you're out in public. If you or someone you know is coughing, make sure they are covering their mouth. According to Science Focus online article, Raja Laki says that each cough expels thousands of saliva droplets up to 100 miles per hour. Each droplet is potentially laden with virus or bacteria and can travel up to 2 meters, depending on size. So, social distancing, wearing a mask, and practicing the dab cough may be a good way to slow the spread of the virus, but it's important to note that these need to come second to washing your hands. Washing your hands is by far the most important thing you can do. Things to know during this epidemic. Can you use Tito's vodka as a substitute for hand sanitizer or washing your hands? You cannot, because on March 5th, 2020, Leah Ajmalash reported in a CNN article why vodka does not make a good hand cleaner. This is because hand sanitizer needs to have at least 60% alcohol, and even then, that is on the low side. Tito's, on the other hand, has only 40% alcohol, which makes it not applicable for killing all the bacteria on your hands. Most hard liquors won't work either, but if you are in a vine, you can use rubbing alcohol, or if you have Everclear. Wash your hands. You can wash your hands too much. Washing your hands removes not only harmful bacteria, but also essential oils from your skin. Now, your hand replaces that oil very quickly, but if you wash your hands too often, it can lead to irritation and rashes, which can house viruses just as well. Though this may be as silly and important to know, though this may seem silly, it's important to know how easily people can freak out and forget how to use their common sense. To finish this off, we need to keep this virus from rapidly spreading like it currently is. As of right now, washing your hands regularly is the best way to keep yourself and those around you safe, following the 9 steps I laid out for you every time you wash your hands. We need to flatten this curve so that hospitals and mortuaries don't fill up. The sad truth is, people will die, and it's important that we stay calm and give researchers enough time to properly deal with this situation. It's expected to take up to 18 months for a vaccine to be developed. So in the meantime, stay at home as much as you can. And every time you leave your house, wash your hands. If you are fortunate enough to have any form of mask, that may also help with the spread of the virus. Just remember that this is not the end of the world. We will get through this. We will learn from this and improve ourselves in response to this epidemic. This virus has shown us how quickly our normal day-to-day lives can change and how fragile our society really is.